Earth's center of gravity, as we were talking about it, is our biggest project so far, because it consists of a very long story tree. It actually started as a standalone story, but while we keep adding the branches to that story tree, it became a story world by itself. So we uh, transformed it into a story world rather than a standalone story. So we're planning to add other stories and create a kind of world by these visual novels. And the most positive part of it, that it has many cliffhangers, plot twists, and we are proud to about the number of alternative endings. Approximately, we have now for more than 40 alternative endings. But let's talk about the story itself.
By the way, in the current game, early access game, you will find 17 of these endings.
Yes.
But when we end the early access, all 45, I think 45 endings will be there. So we are talking about the expanded end story for the early access. And we talk about 45 endings, and we are still working on them now.
Yeah, we have completed the main story.
Yes.
It's not on the early access right now, of course, but in the main story story tree, we have more than 40 alternative events. Also, we have DLCs to add to that. Because some points in the story there are plot twists, and it seems like the story ended on those points, but we're planning to add each one of those ending points some new DLC and playable content, whole other stories. Of course, it will be consistent with the world, where the aim is to have no contradictions at all.
We have completed one DLC as far as I know.
Yes, we have completed DLC, but as you can see, writing the stories alone is not the whole work. We have to proof check them. We have to see that whether it's compatible with our technology, and we have to find the proper visual and proper audio materials to do stories, and those things takes a lot of time. Considering we have a small team, but we have mostly completed the main story branch. From now on, we will be developing new stories. In the meantime, trying to perfect the current ones.
Yeah, we'll also develop the DLC, by the way, and we have another game, as you know, Mr. Wise. We are also developing that one. As far as I know, it's reaching 15 endings for now.
It's yes, 15 endings per person. But we can confirm or deny its existence. We're planning to do something tricky there, but we will not explain it right now. The story itself is a horror story, of course, at its core. Of course, it has another instances like mystery or puzzle solving, maybe. There are some emotional contents also, detective work, but mainly it's the main theme of the game is horror, and it takes place it starts in a antique store called the Tower Antique, and our antagonist is a journalist who is trying to write a material about the antiques and antiquarians, and his fate drives them into the tower antics. And after that, it will be some mysterious events, most of them, as I told you before, horrific events. Of course, you will be deciding your fate with your choices. If you're familiar with visual novels, this is the case for all the visual novels, of course.
We will find items, examine them,
Yes,
find new items.
that's why I call
learn their stories.
detective work also. And we would like to hear your opinions about the story as well. We have some comments on Steam, and they've given us very useful pointers. We have considered them. We have high considerations for such comments. They helped us to correct many mistakes, and they have to help us improve our work. And we also want to hear your opinion from our current work.
We changed our game engine according to these reviews, put some new features to satisfy these rightful demands of our players.
For example, our current state, our game engine does not support achievements, Steam achievements, but we are working on it. So in short notice, it will be compatible with
we are working to add them. At least we will have a sort of gallery for endings, now coding, and we try to match it with achievements, etc. So we are working on it, but I'm not sure how much time it will take, since we are also working on story and all other stuff. But we will eventually make it. At least we are planning to add a map. One of the numbers, at least I will add a map.
Map is very useful for visual novels, as you would know. But as he mentioned, we are working on multiple projects and with a very small team. And even though we have financial difficulties and a small team, we are determined to complete these stories because we're doing these things by loving them. We love what we do. We love the stories and visual novels. We love games, as most of you guys do. Since you're here watching this, you should be loving those things.
Yes. If you don't know narrative games, why are you here?
Yes. If someone forcing you to watch this video, please blink so we can send someone to save you.
At least we try to send someone. By the way, we also plan to develop other narrative games, which will have more, different genres combined with narratives. But these are projects of the future.
Yeah, not all of them will be horror.
Yes, we plan on science fiction, adventure. Mr. White is some of adventure part.
The science fiction one, actually, it will be very big because that project was the one who makes us to start this journey. We're planning for us. It will be the biggest project. More than this one, yes.
Yes. We will be out again. Okay. What we were talking? Science fiction games.
Science fiction, yes. That will be big. But right now, our
project is Broad Center of Gravity Science. We want to make it ready for our roadmap that we have a deadline, now. We want to make it ready for that deadline. We also plan to add a demo as soon as possible before the development deadline, so you can see the game, new engine, at least the gallery part, etc. should be there. We are working on that part. And some glimpse of new content, the expanded story start of it may be added there. You can see it there. And by the way, we have to update the main game with this new engine, that is the current story part, to match it. So we can be ready for early access plays as soon as possible. Test it in the team at least to the most of the story will be ready by the early access time.
Of course, we cannot share many details about the story because the story is the half of it, so there is not much else we can talk about the game. So you should see it for yourself, and if you could visit our page on Steam and support us with your comments and opinions, it will be much appreciated.